Ho, 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 Merry Podmas, y'all. Okay, first of all, I'm not in my usual area where I record. I got some people over, so I cannot record in that area. So listen, regardless, I am here and it's going to be a short one today for real, because I can't wait to get on this call with Raven tomorrow and act up because this is a solo one. If I had like a guest, like I did last week, I had a guest. Okay, and we had a good old time. But I'm solo today. And solo me talking is okay, but solo me on video and talking in my unusual area is not going to be a long episode. But regardless, we're not going to break our podness streak because I just want to prove this to myself that I can do this. Like this is less about y'all and more about me proving to myself that I can like not give up on something, even though I've had this podcast for 5 years and I've been doing it literally every week and stuff like that. But there's nothing like talking, creating concepts, ideas, things like that, recording it, and then uploading it, editing it, and putting it out throughout all distribution channels by yourself independently. Okay. It's just a completely different vibe. It's a different process. It is harder and it's more challenging. And it's okay because I feel like if I can show that I can do it, then that just means that anyone can do it. So if you want a podcast or if you want to make videos or any kind of content at all, and you're listening to this or you're looking at this, which this is not going to be a high quality video. So listen, I'm just uploading it because I just told myself and I told the Podmas. Some people they go on YouTube and they just put stuff on YouTube because they don't really want to pay for cable or they want to see video with their podcast or they want to just play their podcast on TV. So I don't want, the people who do end up watching it on YouTube or even on Spotify. Sometimes Spotify will allow me to upload the video. The people who do that, I don't want them to miss out on it just because I'm like, oh, I just want to do voice today. Podmas every day I'm doing video unless something, prevents me and nothing will prevent me. I'm doing Podmas 2025. This is day 14. We are 2 weeks in, baby. 14 days down and 15 to go because there's 31 days. So there's that. What do we have for housekeeping today? Not a lot. Not a lot. Um, yeah, not a lot of housekeeping. Birthday is in 9 days. Capricorn season is in what, 8, I believe. So shout out to all the Sagittarius. There's a lot of Sagittarius people on this planet that I did not know about. And congratulations, like turn up. It's your season. It's your motherfucking birthday. Play the birthday song with you know who, or play Ratchet Happy Birthday by you know who and turn up. Or just a traditional happy birthday song. Or the Stevie Wonder happy birthday song and just turn up. It's holiday season. It is Hanukkah. Shout out to all my people who celebrate Hanukkah. Hope y'all are doing good. My hearts are with those, the tragedy that went on at a Hanukkah celebration. It's crazy world that we're living in here. But anyways, let's get into something that is we've been waiting for years. And we just got a flash of what we are going to get in April. And what I'm talking about right now is Euphoria. Euphoria, baby. I never was one of those people who were like, you can keep it, you can keep it. I don't care. The same way with P Valley. I don't care how many years y'all take in between that. No matter how much should I talk about it, I'm going to be watching Euphoria and I'm going to be watching P Valley. That's one thing about me. Just like with Stranger Things. Stranger Things. Okay, that's what I was thinking about. Stranger Things. The dude that played Eddie was in, I believe, what, 4, 5, 6 episodes of the entire series. And since then, he is now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and has dated Doja Cat. That's insane. like, like, how the fuck did you go from Eddie, the cool, quirky dude that, wore the Hellfire Club shirt and did the thing with his, what does he do? Little devil horns. I rebuked that. Love Jesus. But it was like a fun little thing that he did, and a lot of people felt seen because he was an outcast and they played Dungeons and Dragons and he was very serious about it. And he and Christy were dating, and no one thought that he and Christy were dating because he was like a weird dude and Christy was a cheerleader. And Christy started seeing shit and she got taken away, then he got taken away, and we are still waiting until Christmas when the other part comes out, the other 4 episodes comes out to see. Well, no, we'll be waiting until New Year's probably to see if he comes back or what. A lot of people are saying that he's not going to come back. I don't know. I feel like he probably will, especially because they said that I feel like someone major might die. Someone major has to die. That's just how it is. But the Duffer brothers said that this ain't Game of Thrones. This ain't Phaedra. This is not it. So they're like, don't expect for all these crazy, like, there's no red wedding of the season, and I think that that's okay. I think that if you have to rely on deaths to have a good show, just like with Euphoria, if you have to rely on deaths to have a good show, you really don't have a good show at all, because death is like it's a shocker and it changes up, how you feel, and it hits everyone at their core, especially when it's a well-liked character. But there are shows that have that same impact where nobody dies. We just find out who, like, Gossip Girl is. Well, that's not a good. It's not, or Pretty Little Liars. That's not a good, or that's not a good example. But there are a lot of shows where no one dies and you still have a talked about season and show. You know what I mean? So this has somehow become the Stranger Things podcast, which is fine. Anyways, so yeah, what I'm trying to say is that even if a show takes years and years to come back, while that really frustrates me and I'm going to actively talk shit about it, I am still going to watch it. That's just the kind of person I am. And I'm okay with owning that. Capricorn season right around the corner. But let's get into Euphoria. So what happened was I want to really just like touch on the HBO spring preview that we got, or actually 2026 preview. I won't say spring because one of the shows comes in January. We got Industry, Euphoria, A Night in the Seven Kingdoms, Green Lantern. Okay, like we got 4 of the most talked about shows that are going to be on HBO Max. And am I nervous? Great question. I know about the Netflix deal, and I was like, I don't know if I want Netflix to take over Warner Brothers, which means they take over HBO. And there was a lot of discourse about the movies. But then when Paramount came back and were like, we're going to give a bigger offer, that's when I got worried. I would actually rather have Netflix own it if we're going to have to do monopoly. Like, idealistically, we should not have monopolies, especially when it comes to media, because that way you are swaying billions of people with one company. But it's like picking the lesser of two evils, which is something that I have to do every 4 years. So at this point, I'm kind of over it, you know? So the lesser evil that I pick, I guess, would be Netflix. None of it is going to stop me from going to the movies, though. So I don't know what the discourse is about that. Like, no one no one is gonna, like, real moviegoers, right? Even if it does get acquired, real moviegoers are not gonna stop going to the movies just because they know it's gonna come to TV in a few days or a few weeks or whatever, because that's actually what happens now. and we still have people going to the movies. And you know what I think should happen if they do end up doing that bullshit where they really take the window for releasing movies and TV and stuff and they shorten it significantly. If that does happen, let's bring more smaller films from smaller studios and independent studios, and let's bring those to the movies. Let other people like get a chance to shine and see their shit on the big screen too, because usually when you go to a movie theater, the same shit is playing in like 20 of the 30 theaters when there's a big release out. So let's just switch things up. We can keep the theaters open and we can keep the movie industry alive. And anyone who's saying that it's dead, that doesn't make sense to me. How could the movie industry be dead when I'm actively finding and watching movies and finding and watching movie stars present themselves to me as we speak? Just because you watch the same, you know, not you guys, but like these elites, just because you guys only pay attention to certain kinds of movies and certain studios and certain on this and that and that. No. Like, have you ever seen or heard of like these different smaller movies, like these different and independent films, these different things that are happening? There's also movies that are not even made over here. Like, do you guys not watch the Oscars? Even when you watch the Oscars, which is bullshit, of course, there are foreign films, there are smaller films that no, even as much as I shit on Honora, it was good, but it was just, it was something that it was an underdog movie is what I'm trying to say. So the movie industry is not dead. It's not dying. It's not going to die anytime soon because we need movies because they want us to be able to be focused on something else while they destroy the world. So I think that people could also calm down on that notion too. And we're always talking about what the next big release is. Come on, please. Anyways, so they did the sneak preview. Got too deep there, guys. They did the sneak preview for Euphoria. There's a 5-year time jump because thank God. Baby, Maddie was 30 years old when this shit started, when she was playing, what, like a sophomore? It was giving Riverdale, which was fine at one point, but even Riverdale, which was a TV show on the CW, they did a time jump because they knew that shit was unrealistic. So, yeah, Alexa Demi, most of the cast is either almost 30, pushing 30, or Alexa Demi is like pushing 40. So they had to do a time jump. We also saw that she was going to be in, or was in the Weekend show, which I won't talk about that because I actually thought that show was good. So, anyways, we see like a flash preview of Euphoria, and Rue has grown up, and God, Zendaya, the woman that you are, you can play so many different roles. It's just so many different roles and so many different characters and convey so many different emotions without even saying a single word. You can just tell that the girl has been through it, up and through it, and she got taken through there, taken through there. Um, and she's just like in church. She's changed her life. And she just like is walking, and then we see flashes of Jules, we see flashes of Cassie, we see flashes of Maddie, we see flashes of Nate, we see flashes of Lexi, and then we see her walk up to this guy who looks like he does not fuck around, and he's like, "You come up in my house and you don't even, I don't even know." Like, it's crazy, it's weird. Just watch it. I might link it below. Um, but yeah, it's like, oh God, we are so back because I think this guy has to, and I don't care. I don't care that it's been 5 years. She walked away with that suitcase, and that white lady was not fucking playing about her money. I do not care. This shit is going down. He has to be connected to that somehow, some way, somewhere. I'm not getting over that. She still owe that lady that money. And even if she died, maybe her debt carry over to him. It's only been 5 years, okay? So that guy looks like he does not fuck around. But yeah, so she's just trying to get her life together. and she's like, "Life really did not pan out how I thought it was gonna be, but" and I'm adding this part, "still I rise." And I'm just like, "Rue, Rue." And it looks like Jules is, like, at art school, and Cassie and Nate are together, and Maddie is a boss bitch, and that's pretty much it. But I just wanna talk about what Sam Levinson, the executive producer, was talking about. He's did a presentation with HBO Max in London earlier this month, and he talks about a little bit about each character. He said, "We basically pick up Rue south of the border in Mexico in debt to drug dealer Lori." Right. Like I said, trying to come up with some very innovative ways to pay it off. So they pick up with her still owing Lori that much money. Okay. And we don't know at what part of this trailer they meant it or whatever, but it's crazy. Um, so he goes to say Cassie is living in the suburbs with Nate and they're engaged. And she's very addicted to social media and envious of what appears to be the big lives that all of our high school classmates are living at this point in time. I will say that Cassie and Nate do, in fact, get married. I'm confirming it. And I promise that it will be an unforgettable night. Bitch, when I say Maddie better come up and through that bitch and be like, listen, he don't want you and he don't want me. Let's just leave it like that. And if you watch Euphoria, you know exactly what I mean. Um, Jules is very nervous about having a career as a painter and trying to avoid responsibility at all costs. Meanwhile, Maddie is working in Hollywood at a talent agency for a manager. She's obviously got her own side hustles going. And Lexi is an assistant to a showrunner played by Sharon Stone, who's just absolutely delightful and a true icon. That's so crazy. Obviously, people returning, Coleman Domingo, who how crazy is that that we that's what I'm saying. Like these shows can put you on there for like 3 episodes and then when it comes back, you don't even have time to film the original show because you turn into a superstar. And what's her face? Sydney Sweeney, baby, you and that that apology can go to hell. Titties McGee, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, girl. As long as you play Cassie right, that's the last thing I'm gonna see you in, and that's the last thing we need to talk about. I don't have nothing to say to you. Enjoy your jeans. You have good jeans, right? Okay. You love jeans. Anyways, returning for season 3 is Eric Dane, Coleman Domingo, Chloe Cherry, Dominic Fike or Fikey, whatever. He has a baby now, and that was like a lot of drama. Nika King, and newcomers include Rosalia, Trisha Paytas, Natasha Leone, Danielle Deadweiler, Eli Roth, Marshawn Lynch, and Sam Trammell. And they'll be joined by a bunch of other guest stars, which, I mean, none of these people, I'm not gonna say their name because I don't really know these people like that. But yeah, it's coming back. And just seeing the stills, they put the stills, like different stills for different people, different characters on the HBO Max Instagram. And it was really cool to see. And it's coming back in April. And just, we're just so back, you guys. We're just so back. A little bit about industry. If you guys know, that's like baby Succession. I love industry. I love Harper. And Jon Snow is on it, and they're coming back in January. So actually, this is something that we can look forward to in January. I don't know if I want to restart my Succession pod or what. But the crazy part about that is that the way that the industry season 3 ended, it felt like a series finale. But I think that they just realized just how many people had that hunger for a Succession type show, and went to that show after because that's kind of how when it clicked for me. Like I saw the end of season one and I was there for the premiere of season two, but I did not really give a fuck that much about them. Then when season three came around, and especially when they had that uncut gems type episode, it was just sex on TV. Well, not literal, but yeah, literal, but like it was just good. Okay, damn, it was good. The Game of Thrones spinoff, it looked pretty cool. I don't really know much about that show at all, so I can't tell you much about it. But in addition to, the A Night in Seven Kingdoms or whatever it's called, they also dropped some footage for House of the Dragon. Baby, House of the Dragon, Rhaenyra is about to kill everyone and everything. And we wait 2 years for this show, right? And there was a lot of people against it last season just because of how long it took the main characters to meet each other. But why did Trey Songz get arrested again? Yeah. Anyways, keep him. So yeah, House of the Dragon, we know that's already gonna be good. We are gonna get dragons, we're gonna get fighting, we're gonna get baby daddy issues, we're gonna get husband issues, we're gonna get like everything that you can name of in the Game of Thrones universe, we're gonna get that. But lanterns, Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. He has set the tone for this Green Lantern TV show. I don't know Green Lantern. I never watched the one with Ryan Reynolds in it. I know that's where he met Homegirl, which is his wife. Um, I don't know. I can't tell you anything about it. But the guy that plays Green Lantern now on Superman, Nathan Fillion, he is hilarious. And I heard that he's gonna show up on Green Lantern. So I thought that I'm like, oh great, because this is gonna be like Peacemaker then. Wrong. Bitch, this shit's gonna be like True Detective. And I never watched True Detective, but I know it's a very serious show. But a very serious, like people who are very serious and very pompous and very snooty talk about. But since Aaron Pierre is going to be on there and I really like James Gunn's productions, I want to be watching it. And also, I want to see Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa. And I want to see if maybe Tiana Taylor like comes at the end or something. Like, I don't know. Like, how do they meet each other? Like, what's going on with them? Either way, so glad to have you guys. Thank you for being a friend. This is Podmas, day 14. We 2 weeks in. We got 2 more to go. We can do it. Put your back into it. And I'll be back with my Podmas partner, Raven, tomorrow. And I love y'all. Merry Podmas to all. And this is where Raven would usually say, and to all good night, but I'd say it myself. And to all a good